Hey, Larry Elder, host of the Larry Elder Show. That's who we're speaking with here. You host a radio show. You're used to taking callers, right?
Oh, sure.
You want to take a caller?
Let's do it.
I think we got somebody that's not on the same page. He is Michael from Naperville. Michael in Naperville, are you with us?
Hello?
Hey, Michael. All right, your question for Larry Elder, or your point.
Larry, all right. So anyway, I told the screeners that you are, typically what is referred to as the house Negro, which is somebody who has insulated himself in the wall of the great house and looks down at the Negroes in the field and says, boy, they sure do have a lot of problems. Samba, you tell me, Larry, what did that gentleman in Oklahoma do exactly to deserve to die during that traffic stop?
All right, Mike.
Is that your question?
All right, Michael. Thanks for the call. Yep, that's...
No, please keep Michael on if you can.
Okay, all right, keep him on. Go ahead.
Mike, are you still on? Yeah, I'm here. Tell me what he did. What did you say? Michael, may I ask you a question? Why did you call me a house Negro? Because you're just there appeasing people who are going to keep you paid, but you don't have any self-respect. If you can't see that this gentleman was shot because he was viewed as a threat because he was black, then you can't see the implication of your own blackness. If you take off that suit and quit bleaching your teeth and go walk around in the suburbs, you need to feel what it's like. You keep yourself so insulated with people who praise you for being anti-everything black. Black people have been oppressed in America from the day we got here. And for you, I'm going to tell you, and for you to constantly play devil's advocate and troll people just shows that you either hate yourself or you're too damn stupid to understand what's going on in the United States of America and what has.
All right, Michael. All right, we need to get a response from Larry Elder. How about that? By the way, Michael living in Naperville, down with the struggle. Larry Elder, go ahead.
Well, Dan and Amy, my reaction to him is first to deal with the House Negro part. I've been doing radio almost 25 years, and I, of course, get phone calls from people like Michael all the time. And inevitably, I'm called a name, either a House Negro or a coon or a sellout or an Uncle Tom. But notice, very rarely am I called factually wrong. It is factually correct that this officer very likely will argue she had a reasonable fear of her life or fear of bodily harm of herself or other people. She will be found very likely not guilty. And when that happens, people like Michael are going to assume the criminal justice system is racist. I suspect Michael probably was one of those who, during 1994 trial of O.J. Simpson, despite the overwhelming evidence, said O.J. Simpson was innocent. What's juvenile and preschool about people like Michael is the assumption that if I don't feel the same way he feels, somehow I'm being paid by somebody or somehow I'm a sellout. It's juvenile. It's silly. It's pathetic. The inability of black people to be self-critical is one of the primary problems facing the black community. We have a lot of crime in the black community. Schools are not working in the black community. 50% of teenagers are unemployed as a result of left-wing policies like minimum wage. I come along, I make a suggestion that maybe we ought to rethink things, and instead of saying, Larry, here's why you're wrong, here's my other point of view, here's the data that refutes what you have to say, I'm called a name. It's juvenile, it's asinine, it's pathetic, and to the extent that there are racists in America, they love people like Michael. People like Larry ought to come along and suggest that maybe, just maybe, the black-on-black crime is a result of the breakdown of the black family. Michael comes along and shuts down the conversation by calling him an Uncle Tom. As a result, the violence continues. People who are in the country who are racist love Black Lives Matter. How else do you get the police to pull back, blacks to kill more blacks, and blacks to tear down their neighborhood without being provoked by white people to do it? People like Michael are the problem. They're not the solution. They're the problem. And people like me come along and suggest maybe, just maybe, there's another point of view, and they're shut down, which is why we don't have healthy dialogue within the black community. He ought to be ashamed of himself. I hope he's not teaching his children that they're victims. Hard work wins. You get out of life what you put into it. If you bust your tail in America, you can make it better than you can in any other society in all of human history.
That is Larry Elder, and that's why there's one name that he does deserve to be called, and that's the sage of South Central, Larry Elder. Great exchange. Thanks for staying on and taking the call and making those points. And thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
It's my pleasure. Michael, get well.